Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of Here's Five Blindfolded. This time I'll be tackling Erosion chimps. Now just kind of playing through Erosion and just kind of planning a strategy around it, I've kind of realized that Erosion is my least favorite map in just BTD6 in general. Not due to its difficulty or anything, but just because of how annoying it kind of is to play. And here I thought X Factor was bad. But I mean, X Factor is really only bad because it's a genuinely difficult map. This one I don't feel like is too hard, it's just kind of annoying to play. So basically the whole gimmick of this map is basically these glaciers, they melt away every 18 rounds up until you get to around 90, and to where this little glacier here is going to be the only, I guess, track length you have. And so the strategy here is basically kind of to plan your defense around the fact that this is all going to be eroding away. And so you do want to place your defense kind of in this area here. And so, yeah, that's basically it. I don't really kind of like this just because, well, I have tested this map kind of a lot just to kind of get through early game as well as some late game stuff. And I found that early game for this map, I feel like it's kind of RNG, or at least for the strategy that I am going for. I could reduce RNG by going for a Razor Road as early game, which I have seen people do. I'm not going to be doing that just because penny pinching I feel like is also the name of the game here. The strategy I'm going to go for is Elite Sniper plus Geraldo into into Spirit of the Forest. And so affording Spirit of the Forest as soon as you can is kind of, I guess, kind of my game plan here. Because once you get to the 80s, Elite Sniper does kind of fall off a bit of a cliff. And so Spirit of the Forest will kind of assist and carry the mid 80s, so that way we can actually afford other stuff. Now, if you ask me, I don't really think this map is like too overly difficult. It definitely is tough, but I mean, there are definitely a lot harder advanced maps here. I just don't really like it. Anyways, let's get Druid here. This will be my Spirit of the Forest late game, but it's going to turn into a Jungle Druid for kind of early game. Anyways, before I actually lay stuff down, I have to get a second Dart Monkey here for round 27. You can get away with just this Dart Monkey here, but I have found that without this, this kind of first Dart Monkey makes it a little bit less RNG. Since you aren't able to afford Jungle Druid at this time yet, unfortunately. Now the strategy I've kind of, I guess, cooked up here, went through kind of like several different revisions. So first I actually used Psy instead of Geraldo. I was going to go for the same strategy. Again, like, you know, Spirit of the Forest, at least Sniper and all that, but replace Geraldo with Psy. I've kind of not used Psy just because I feel like Geraldo would probably do a lot better kind of late game, especially for like, you know, around 100, 98, and of course 99. Those, in my opinion, are the problem rounds, and while Psy is not too terrible, I think Psy's level 10 is really good for that. I just don't really think it's, I just think Geraldo is definitely a lot better in those scenarios. Okay, so I'm not going to take any chances for this round, so I think I'm just going to put a glue here, and then that honestly should be more than enough for this round. And then for 36, the next glacier is going to move away, so I have to put some darts here. As we still need Submarine to attack here before we can actually get a bouncing bullet. Alright, here comes the Moab, and then once it gets close to popping, I think I'll do this here. Perfect. Easiest run 40 of my life, and then once we get out buff bouncing bullet, basically we have a free mid game now. And so now we've got out of the pain that is early game. Mid game is going to be, I won't say fairly trivial because there still are Geraldo items we're going to have to use, especially in like rounds like 58. That round has a lot of ceramics. Anyways, I put this sniper here to not only kind of pop leads for kind of early game, but I am going to turn this into May Moab. Elite Sniper plus May Moab is a pretty strong combo, as May Moab will help stall the Moabs as well as deal Moab damage, which is what Elite Sniper struggles against, while Elite Sniper can clean up the insides. Anyways, let's get a village here, because I think attack speed would do pretty good on both Elite Sniper and May Moab. Plus, this isn't really wasted money because I definitely do need a village later on. I'll reveal why when the time comes. Also, this round was kind of scary. A lot of cerams here. And supply drop isn't really too bad against cerams, but not really kind of ideal. I'm just putting a glue here just in case. 55 should hopefully be no problem. I mean, if we can beat ceramics, no problem. We should have no problem for the Moab that comes after this. Hey, you can't even see it, wasn't even on screen. Nice. I think the next problem round, like I said earlier, was 58, a lot of ceramics. Definitely need to use glue and creep it idle to kind of pull back ceramics. I think there's also fortified cerams that round, which is also something Sniper does struggle against. Whoop. Let me just use a glue there, because that was a bit scary. At 58, so I will just kind of put this down right here, because why not? Help distract ceramics a bit. And I guess it will also mean that since it's that little range here, I guess submarine could also do a little bit of damage. Not like it's needed though. But once we get Elite Sniper up, this will be so much easier. Alright, so we're on 60. Do we need a blade trap? Hopefully not, because I mean, creepy idle and glue should be able to help clutch up, so we should be fine there. Yeah, easy peasy, no worry. And then Elite Sniper coming up fairly soon. Perfect, there it is. And then we just kind of keep sharpening stone this guy until the end. I'm going to put this on first, I only want it on Elite. 63 should be no problem. Yep. And then we just kind of chill and wait until we can afford Spirit of the Forest. Although I don't think we'll be able to afford Spirit of the Forest before the 80s. I think we'll afford it like middle of 81 or yeah, like middle 81. And so we do have to be 81 with just kind of this bare bones defense here, which will be a bit of a problem, but thankfully Geraldo exists. Alright, now kind of the end times. We're kind of in the, I guess, end game now, as there's only kind of 2 platforms left. So I guess that's always fun. Alright, so we're like 4k off. Even after popping the ZMG, we will still be pretty short. I do believe we do need items this round, but I can't remember if I used Blade Trap or if I used Glue. I think Blade Trap is probably more beneficial here. Having a free S-mail is pretty cracked. Just like that. Alright. 3k away. This round's gonna be pretty annoying. I will just preemptively place this and place that. And let's see if we need to get another blade trap. Although I feel like since it's super ceramics, I feel like if we need to use a blade trap, we're probably dead if I had to guess. We have Spear of the Forest now, but it won't really help because the vines are gonna take a while to come in. Let's buy this. Perfect. Okay, so we got that. We're still not out of the clear because the vines aren't on the bottom lane yet. Unfortunate. Right there they are. Cool. So now that we got that down, I can't actually remember what I did next after this. I forgore, everyone, I forgore. Anyways, next we're gonna buy MIB, as the last tower we're gonna be getting is Tax Zone. We don't have a lot of space to kind of deal damage, so we need very high burst DPS, which is I guess what Tax Zone kind of sort of excels at. Hopefully I didn't mess up my placements. Okay, thankfully I did. I almost thought I did for a second. I'd be very sad. But an overdrive and a Tax Zone will help out immensely. Now 85 is going to be a bit of a problem round. Any round with ZMGs honestly is an issue. Surprisingly, the glue is still there. I think I will use a creepy idol. 87 is going to be another problem round. But once we get to rounds 90, it's actually going to get a little bit easier because we'll have the tax dealing damage. Let me just get Blade Trap ready. Not needed, okay. Thankfully. We'll turn auto start off because 87, like I said, problem round. I've had many attempts die to kind of 87 as well as 97 too, surprisingly. Just any round with ZOMGs is scary. Alright, so for 87 I will use a glue trap. And I don't know if I need another creepy idol. I will hold off. And then I think I'll just have a blade trap ready. Actually, I think I'll just be uber safe. I don't really want to restart this run. As it'll take a while to get back to this point. So as long as you can just pop all the mobs into BFBs in time, we'd be fine. Okay, 87, not bad, not bad. Alright, let's get embrittlement here. Where I want to place it, I think here is fine. I think I did mess up my placements a little bit. Clicking Geraldo at this point is a bit of a tall task, I will admit. There we are. Okay, thankfully I got it just in time, because I think we would have died without Blade Trap there. Oof. I promise you this gets easier around 90, but just the late 80s. Well, hopefully we can catch that. Blade Trap. Ooh, man, we're having some close calls here. Let's see, do I need to... Hopefully no, I want to save this. And then 89. Alright, so we're in the end game now, the last 10 rounds of the game. Also the last 10 hardest rounds of the game. So we're getting brittle here. I wonder if I get... Now I can't get tier 4. I realized I didn't budget money to get tier 4. I do it to penny pinch quite a bit, so we'll just have to roll with this. I mean, the only thing I can do is give Sharpening Stone. Since they last 10 rounds, this will last until the end of the game. As you saw, DTs, no problem, so perfect there. You know, we'll just turn, yeah, auto starts off, so I do want to manually start each 10 rounds. How long does Camo Pot last? I don't remember, but I think... I mean, I think maybe hopefully for 93 we can have that set to have Camo Pot on them immediately. Just because extra damage to DTs would be nutty. Alright, DMGs kind of scare me a little bit. Use that. Just have that there. Okay. So I will use these two. 15 rounds. Okay, so this will last until the end of the game. Perfect. I have Blade Trap in the back just in case. Hopefully that won't be needed, but it might. Let's play. DT should hopefully be the same as round 90. Should be no issue. Did seem that we need Blade Trap. Clicking... If I could have just clicked Jerry, I just realized I put Jerry in a spot where clicking him is actually genuinely difficult. That's a bit annoying. And getting back to this point is going to take a long time. Okay, so we're back around 90, and I have made a bit of a blunder. Since I moved Geraldo down, I realized that I can't actually place ice. There is no space for ice, so I can't get embrittlement here. That is a bit of a problem. I'm not really sure what I would kind of want to do. So I got tier 4 alchemist to hopefully it can throw alch buff on this guy. But again, I did get some like other stuff, like I got sharpening stone, killing pot, Geraldo's I guess hot sauce, and then this is just gonna have to work. Yeah, you know, placement on this is very tight. I probably should have tested this beforehand, but oh well, I guess we'll just kind of play and see how it is. Even though it is easier to click Geraldo, I'm really not feeling kind of too optimistic, honestly, as I feel like without embrittlement, our DPS is cut down by a lot. But hopefully hot sauce and other stuff can make up for it. Because I mean, I feel like, embrittlement I guess will really only be, I guess, helpful for, I guess, maybe like DT rounds. I guess that's its main purpose, but I don't know. It just sucks not having it. And then I have a meso glue here, just in case I see like any ceramics get far. Thankfully we're fine so far. I don't need to place anything down. No, but now the ZOMG's under the mix. I am kind of curious to see how our damage is without, our ZOMG damage without embrittlement. Okay, so Roldo's thing has refreshed. I'm not sure. I don't even have space for... I have space right here. I feel like that is pretty late. I think I will put one here. And then, again, just kind of over on glue. We're gonna have to do this for like each and every round. Thankfully, we weren't using embrittlement as our kind of de-leading or de-camo. We have MIB on the field, so we don't have to worry about that. It's really just kind of the +1 damage we're missing. Okay, so DT rounds, no problem. Hopefully 95 is the kind of same way. As we are going to afford Taxone pretty late, but I think Taxone is pretty much needed for rounds like 98. Okay, so I noticed that this run is actually a little tad bit better. We didn't actually die to 93 like we did last time. Like I said, this is kind of very RNG based run here. So it is probably why. Alright, so I think it's because Creepy Idol's coming clutch here. Hopefully we can have Creepy Idol up for other problem rounds. Okay, so Taxone, I can think could maybe appear, or we can maybe get it before 95 rolls in. That'd be perfect. Alright, Taxone now. Does mean we don't have much to spend on Jerry, but I think that's fine. Alright, see how it is. Yeah, Creepy Idol is actually really cracked here. I didn't even think to use it. And it does last for a long time too, so that's always perfect. I kind of saw Ceramic get pretty far, so let me just put this back here. Alright, so we're gonna beat this round, I think. But the real problem is gonna be 97. 2 fortified ZOMGs. ZOMGs in general are just pretty tough. But adding the fortified layer onto it is pretty brutal. So I think what I did in testing is I used pickles on both of these guys. And then we're just gonna have to play it and find out. I don't know if that is going to be enough here. Since again, we're missing +1 on embrittlement, but it seems that it wasn't really needed. Also, let me just refresh this because this did expire. I think this is pretty crucial. And then something I need to do is I do need to get working on this guy for strike. And we will just kind of barely have enough to be able to afford him, I believe, unless buying all the stuff to hopefully replace brittle ended up putting me over the edge, but hopefully it didn't. So I already have glue down the field, so let's get trap just to be safe. Even though I don't feel like trap won't really have a ton of time to be able to pop stuff. Alright, so 98. We're taking no chances here, double genie. Even though genies aren't really too amazing, because as you can see, they are in the middle of the field, but I think double genie will help out a ton here. Even for the small amount of time they are attacking. Alright, let's just hover over trap. And it seems that's 98. No problem. Alright, so we got first strike. I want to get early to charge up the cooldown. And then here comes 99. I think I'll just do everything I can, so I'll use 2 of these. I will use... I think I'll camo on this guy because +1 camo damage I guess will do okay. And then let me click Geraldo. Come on. There he is. Let's see how it is. Alright, cool. And first strike is up, and then round 100 should hopefully be easy. So we just do this. And then, okay, so we got 2 MGs left, but that's fine. We should be able to take those down, no problem. And round 100 is beats, and that is Erosion Chimps. Pretty stressful run towards the end there. Definitely gave me some kind of close calls, some scares here. But yeah, that was Erosion. A pretty challenging map, just kind of overall. I don't really care much for the gimmick, but I will say it was pretty fun to, I guess, do. I still don't really like this map, but I mean, I guess it did give me some skills of kind of blending ahead. It was kind of scary not having embrittlement here. I can barely click spirit, but yeah, that was that. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and join Discord. Link is down below in the description. I will see you all in the next video.